Hello everyone and welcome to Planet Zoo Arctic Update. This means that we get new animals as well as 2 new scenarios. I'm very excited to jump in and see what we can build. I'm also excited for a new challenge because I have completed all the career zoos beforehand. So yeah, let's jump in.
Can you smell that fresh Norwegian air?
Wow, this looks beautiful.
So many memories.
Look at the lights.
Many of them. Now, this zoo is the first of 2 new ventures, which specialize in Arctic animals. Although I'm sure that
wow. Oh, it's so Christmassy, and the reindeer figures.
Just because I love lutefisk. This particular site will be focusing on researching, breeding, and releasing all sorts of animals from the far north. And I'm hoping that research will help us find out just what it will take for us to preserve these species in the face of global warming. Remember, we're not trying to make a massive profit here. We're trying to make a difference. That said, you're going to be dealing with reindeer, Arctic wolves, even polar bears.
Oh, that is great.
Expanding the zoo a lot. So, some profit would definitely be useful.
Oh, I love how small it is. I'm really happy when they make the scenarios where you can truly show your own creativity and you can decide where you want to put the animals. Oh, look at the huts. Really feels like you're in Norway. Those are some very traditional looking buildings. So these, I'm guessing, is where you would put your stores. This is the dall sheep. It's kind of dark now, but we can have a closer look at them later. And these visitors are freezing. Oh, I think they released this update just in time for Christmas. As soon as I saw the cutscene, you really get that Christmassy feeling. I really love when they let you start with hardly any buildings and hardly any animals. I really feel like you can just go wild and decide what you want to do. These look like just grouped objects, so nothing actually usable. These are just for scenic purposes, which is perfectly fine. A very cute zoo entrance. Before I read the goals, I want to see what kind of animals we have. Okay, so the only thing we have is the dall sheep. The reward animal can be claimed. That is a lot of reindeer. However, it does look like all of them have really, well, somewhat good ratings for starting out. So that should draw in some more visitors. And I also want to see what kind, if any, staff buildings we have. Actually, I think we're pretty much set, apart from having to build on with the keeper huts. How creative is that? This is sort of like an igloo staff building section. It looks like it's nice and fenced off away from the visitors, so they shouldn't have any bad impact. And then we also have some other staff buildings over here. Our goals are adopt and place 10 reindeer. That's great. Increase reindeer overall welfare to 80%. And have at least 3 habitat species. Okay, so we're going to have the dall sheep, the reindeer, and then we can get some other animal. In the silver, you'll have to get some Arctic wolves. It does say adopt, so I'm guessing they might give them to you. And then in the gold, we're going to get to the polar bears and pretty much do everything exactly the same, although they are asking for a bit more welfare for the polar bears. Okay, so what we need to aim for is 3 researched animals, then 8 habitat species overall in the zoo. Okay, so what we could do is we are going to try to be as close as possible to these staff buildings in order to save on cost initially. So I'm thinking actually this area right here seems nice and large, especially because we are going to have 10 of them. I think we'll go with the wood one. It will help us stay within the theme. Another amazing thing they added with this update is that you can remove plants that the animals don't like, or something that is not from their natural habitat. And this is something I really wanted initially in the game, because you had to painstakingly go and remove the plants one by one. Well, you could use the multi-selection tool, but still it was very, very slow. So now we're just going to be building somewhat around. I'd like the visitors to be able to see them from all directions. Oh, I was wrong. It's actually not that big of a space. I didn't see the dotted line. I completely went into full-on building mode thinking I can make this really great habitat, but to be honest that's looking quite good and big, but we'll extend it just a little bit more. I'm not focusing too much on being extremely creative with my habitats because this is just a challenge mode. Well, not challenge mode, but career mode. Where I will be focusing on it more is when I finally start my franchise zoo. We have set a glass panel over here, and what we could also do is have a nice little curved one over here. We'll go initially with a large food tray for them, somewhere in the viewing area. And I also always like to go for this water pipe, because then it doesn't need to be refilled. And the animals can just come and help themselves when they feel like it. I'm thinking I'll have a smaller one over here, and this bigger one can go at the back over there. So just in case they do feel like they're being peeped at too much, they can just run and hide. We can choose one of the tiny ones, or tinier, and put it right here. So this is going to be also really good for the animals who are very close to the viewing area, and they just suddenly want to run away. So they will not have to run too far. Can't find accessible stuff room. Oh yeah, it's okay. We'll take care of that in a minute. So one final thing to do is to make sure that you have set up your work zones. So one of our work zones is going to be this keeper hut. I don't have any staff rooms, so that's a good idea. And the reindeer area. It's really nice and close to them. We'll just purchase a staff room to make sure that they have somewhere to rest. You do not want unhappy staff. Staff center small. Not that small. Okay, you guys, I think I might have to go with the ugly ones, to be honest. So going back into the work zone, we will edit this one and add in the staff room. So we also need to set up another work zone, which is going to be our dall sheep. And that one will be this area right here. And if I remember correctly, this was the keeper hut. Okay, so now what we will do, we will move in our new animals in the wrong place. One of these days, guys, one of these days, I will click the right button. Okay, and then select all, send to zoo, and there we go. So while our animals are being delivered, what we can do is set up education boards. We would also like to set up a charity box. There we go, we'll put it right here. You also want to aim to put your donation boxes where you see them all clumped together. These ones seem to be viewing an area with no windows. So we'll set this up to reindeer. And they are absolutely adorable. Very beautiful. So they're quite happy with the coverage as is, but to be honest, what we can do is increase it just slightly, just so it doesn't look as barren as it is currently. You know, actually a tree overlapping the fence would be quite a good idea. I think it looks quite good. Yeah, we'll leave it like that, and that should give them enough of a sense of privacy. I might also raise this fence just slightly. It does seem a bit boxy now, but at least it's going to be nice and private for them. No one seems to be using this viewing area as much, but how we can fix that is once we research them, which actually I've just reminded myself to research, is we will place some toys over here in this area, and that will draw the reindeer to this side as well, and hopefully will make the guests more likely to stick around. The reindeer may not be too happy. We will assign one of our mechanics to research the barriers, and then we can select a one-way glass and make sure that the animals are feeling somewhat comfortable. What just happened with these ones? You just put it, oh, so cold, so cold. Yes, you are in Norway. Oh, I like this broken one. Actually, we could put it somewhere here. And we'll also fill in this area slightly. And maybe a couple of bushes. Make sure that they have enough space to walk around. And a bit of foliage here and there. A festive one? Oh! I'm not going to put it in with the animals, but I think I will definitely select it and put it somewhere near the guests. Very, very, very basic habitat, but for now, that should be sufficient. Okay, what I do want to do now, though, is take care of our dall sheep. They have been completely neglected. Even little sheepies deserve some privacy. All is good. We'll unbox all the animals. Sometimes they do get boxed in when you're trying to rearrange your... I put a Christmas tree down by accident. You know what? I think I'll just leave it. It looks kinda... looks quite good. Very festive. I just have to take a bit of a minute and appreciate what they've done with this sort of statue thing in the middle. I think they brought out this pack just in time for all of us to enjoy and get into that festive feeling. Okay, how far have we gotten with our achievements? Have at least 3 habitat species. I always seem to do really well with my grizzlies. They always seem to love their habitats and they seem to attract a lot of people. So I think what I'll get is a grizzly bear. A pair of them. So that one is not lonely. I think this would be a perfect area. They don't need that much space and this would let us be smart in the way that we expand. On the other side, we'll place some habitat over here. And I would also like to have a bit of an area where they can eat. We'll do one path over here and the other one over here. So that should reduce a little bit of congestion. What we could also do is have it go around these buildings here. And connect it to the other one that comes out right over there. I should make use of some of these buildings that have been placed for us over here. There we go. That's perfect. Now they have somewhere to drink and eat. And what I could do is place down some benches. So that could be a nice little area for them to walk around in. And sit and enjoy their meal. I also want to check on how many staff I have. I would like to have one more caretaker. We have 2 keepers, definitely one more... yes, we'll have one more mechanic because we will have bears. And a vendor and a vet, so we want another vet. And we will also grab 1 security guard, but that should be enough for now. What I normally do is I do raise it slightly for the bears. It also makes it feel like they are in some sort of a cave-like environment. And I think it also gives them slightly more privacy. So we have also selected some education boards, as well as a donation box. One more thing that you have to make sure is that you actually have enough ATMs around to make sure that people can withdraw their money and give it to your zoo instead. You don't want it to be in front of your main paths because that will create congestion. And I think I have enough money to put down some information centers because those make you a lot of money as well. Up, up, up. There we go. That should do it. I will also put down some benches because we don't want them to complain that they're tired. I'll go with the European Classic. It's nice and romantic, kind of fits in with the theme. And then I'll do the same and I'll go around with the bins. Another thing we should do is create another small area for the staff buildings. And I think I could do it somewhere here. That should be plenty of space away from the guests. So we have a keeper hut. And then what we would also like to do is put down a staff building. I will make this into a new work zone, I believe. That would be the best way to do it. And we will select this building, that building, and the grizzly habitat. Okay, let's import our bears. Make sure they're nice and happy. Once they're in there, I will make sure that they also have the correct foliage, the right trees, the right environment that they like. And whilst I'm here and I have this nice area, I will also buy another research center. Look how beautiful they are.
You know,
Oh.
I'm always a
So we still need to increase their welfare to 80, which we can do, I think, very, very soon. So Deanne is going to research, and let's go with doll sheep. We don't want to neglect them, and they were the first ones in the zoo. So I think it's only fair that we pay some attention to them as well. Our bears are here. And also what we will do, we will set the mechanic to come and repair this fence every month. Whereas with our reindeer and doll sheep, we can do it every 3 months. That should be sufficient. Oh my goodness, look at those eyes! How beautiful. Gorgeous. Do we have any babies yet? Oh, we do! Oh, look at that. Oh. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to infringe on your privacy over there. Okay, this habitat is looking very empty and sad. Fir pine. Very nice. It may seem like I'm going by random selection of trees, but there is method to my madness. What you can also do is get some climbable trees as well, but then you have to make sure that they can't go over the fence like that, because they will happily do so. I mean, look at the area outside of the zoo. Your bears will run for the hills. Reindeer is about to mate. Yes, we need more reindeer babies in our life. Should be a nice and woodsy area for them to climb around in. Plus it will be also much better once we get our one-way glass going. And they can just live and be watched and not even know about it. So we have selected the reindeer habitat. So I'm going to go and select one of the adults. A snowman skittle enrichment. Oh, this is just too adorable. And yes, we are giving them one of those. Also do a bit of a grab ball over here. And we've done bronze! Yay!
Wow.
And we've unlocked the other scenario as well. A large snowball. There you go. And we'll do a bit of a herb enrichment over here, just to make sure that they also sort of drift over to this area. So change it to level 3. And then they should be happy. Okay everyone, we have reached the bronze. And what we have to do next is have some Arctic wolves and increase their welfare to 80% as well. So then we will research them, make sure that the guest education rating is slightly higher. It's not too bad at the moment, it's at 1.7, but we can definitely do better than that, and that comes with research as well. And then we'll aim to get up to 6 habitat species in the zoo and breed 1 more of them, because 2 of them have bred now, and I wonder which ones. Oh, what a lovely Christmas lamb. Not as food, but just a very Christmassy lamb. Aww. So just before we end the video, we'll quickly run over and check on our bears, who seem very happy. We did forget to set the education boards up. And as the guests keep being attracted over to this side, what we'll do in the next video, we'll set up some restaurants over here. And then make sure that our money starts climbing, which it's already not doing too bad. But yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. And we will see you in the next one.